Rock Smash. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of You Haven't Seen That Podcast, or YHST for short. I'm Isaac.
I'm Alva.
And this is a show where we cover cinematically important and culturally significant movies on the growing list of films, and as people asking us the question,
You haven't seen that? Oh my goodness.
I need to learn to breathe. My breath placement is terrible. My goodness. You'd think I know how to do these things, but who gives a crap? It's all for funsies. And we're here on the couch once again to talk one smashing after another. I have fun coming up with these like mashup.
Names.
It's one battle after another and the smashing machine.
Ba-ba-ba-boom.
Oh, I like that sort of subdued version of it. You know, Sunday fun day, little laid back version of that.
I didn't like it. It wasn't my best.
You know what? To each their own, but I enjoyed it because my ears aren't bleeding. Before we get into all the fun stuff, just a reminder that if you are new here, or if you're not doing so already, follow us on social media or on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at
YHST Pod.
And we appreciate you guys for doing so. If you want to support us, you can also do that on Venmo at
YHST Pod.
And you know, throw us a couple dollars if you want to buy us a bucket of popcorn or a really cool novelty bucket of popcorn.
Or dibs.
Dude, I haven't had dibs in a while. You know what I haven't had in a
Coffee.
while? You know what I used to actually, and I feel bad on the other episodes where we had guests on and we're talking about movie snacks. I used to always go for Rolos.
Oh my God, yes.
Rolos are my thing.
I think one time Rolos not took out my filling, but like loosened it up a bit.
You had a tough Rolo.
Not my best, so I stopped.
And that's how life Rolos. But before we get into the news and the movies and the trivia and the YHST Fresh and stuff, a lot has happened this past couple of days. I want to give a couple quick shout outs. As of this recording a couple days ago was my grandfather's 100th birthday. He doesn't listen to this show, but I just want to shout him out. Like 100 years. That's mind blowing. I've only lived the 35 years. I can't imagine what's the math on that. 4 times more or whatever. 3 times more? I think it's 3 times more. Don't check me on that. Do your own calculations.
Wow.
Another big thing that happened, I think that was on my grandpa's official birthday, was that Eric and Christina of _ Little Wins Big Spirits mobile bartending services just tied the knot. And so there you go.
You know what? I think I was saving the perfect one for that.
Do it.
No.
You can't force it. No, congratulations, you guys. We love you. We mean it. And then another little quick shout out. My brother, who was on the Mission Impossible episode a couple months back, just started his gaming streaming page. I was going to say services pages on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube at Level 45 Gaming. That's LVL, the number 45 Gaming. Go follow him. Check his stuff out. He's streaming, I think, every day during the week. I think just on the weekdays, sometimes on the weekends. Go to his page. He has his whole schedule up. It's typically in the evenings, and he has this sort of themed. It's like Mario Monday and Take Back Tuesday or whatever it was. I should have had it up here, but check that out. It's a lot of fun. He is like the gamer since a long time ago from a galaxy far, far away. I mean, I'm 35, he's 45. That's the level 45
10-year
gaming
difference.
Yeah, so he's been gaming since, Pong days. Maybe not that far back, but he has his insight. So it's a lot of fun. Go check that out. And now, as we get into our show, let's go ahead and fill you in on the latest that's happening in Hollywood and movie and entertainment news. That's not the one.
That's Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I should label these better. Where is it? There. There it is. And before we get into all the other fun stuff, including but not limited. What am I trying to say?
We are trying to get into some fun cheeseman, some good tea. All right, here we go with the YHST news.
Keeping you informed on everything going on in Hollywood, movies, and entertainment. With the segment that Alva just stated, but I clunkily got into it, and we had to do a couple takes on it.
The Cheeseman News.
The Cheeseman News. YHST Cheeseman. All right. Kicking it off with me. Prey. The movie Prey, the 2022 Prey that was only streaming on Amazon, is now finally getting the theatrical release that it deserves as part of a special double feature along with the new Predator Badlands movie on November 5th. This will be a few days before the official Badlands wide release on November 7th.
Woo! All right, the women of the Beatles have been casted. Saoirse Ronan as Linda McCarthy, Anna Sawai as Yoko Ono, Amy Lee Wood as Patty Boyd, and Mia McKenna Bruce as Maureen Starkey.
Casted. Michael Mann's Heat 2 is officially in the works. The film will serve as both a prequel and a sequel to the iconic classic starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Val Kilmer, with Leonardo DiCaprio, Austin Butler, Adam Driver, and Bradley Cooper reportedly circling key roles.
HBO's Harry Potter series has given us a first look at John Lithgow in full costume.
He looks great. Kind of looks like, what's his name? The very, very first Dumbledore. I think it was Richard Dreyfuss. No, not Richard Dreyfuss. Correct me on that one. Looks great, though. Jim Caviezel will no longer return as Jesus in the Passion of the Christ sequel. Production is currently looking for someone to fill the role, possibly with the initials JC. We're looking at you, Jackie Chan.
I would like to state that I did not write that joke. All right. Stranger Things 5 has released their episodes and runtime. Looks like we're getting 8 movies in one season.
I'm kind of dreading it, but I'm kind of all for it. Like, that's an epic way to end it.
I need details of everything, not half things. I don't want to question myself after it's over. Maybe if it's over and I question myself, then I'll say they didn't do a good job.
It's also a lot of show and a lot of story. Each episode's like, 2 hours? One of them's like 3 hours long. I think the finale. I'm excited for that. Marvel Studios released a new trailer to their recent miniseries Wonder Man that will be starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Simon Williams, a former scientist who becomes a Hollywood star. At the first sight of the trailer, I thought it was going to be like a kind of a version of HBO's The Franchise, where it's kind of meta. But I think it's actually going to be a little bit more leaning on the superhero aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in solemn news, Diane Keaton has passed away at age 79. No further news on the cause of death, but her health was declining.
Yeah, R.I.P. Keaton alongside with Robert Redford, we're going to have to do some tributes to them.
Have you seen the movie First Wives Club?
No.
We need to see that. It has Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, and Diane Keaton.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Cool.
And there you go.
That is the YHST Cheeseman for the day.
Yeah. I don't know if we should have ended it with the death, but anyhow, let's bring the fun back to it.
Okay.
By talking about one battle after another. This is Paul Thomas Anderson's 10th film. I have seen most of those other films. A lot of them are so damn good. And some of them I really feel bad that I actually haven't seen. This is starring Lenny Williams DiCaprio.
Lenny!
I stole that moment for you. Oh, sorry. Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Tiana Taylor, and Regina Hall, and Chase Infinity's second feature film. She's personally my favorite to jump that gun. What other, by the way, you, Alva, are you familiar with Paul Thomas Anderson films?
I'm familiar with him directing music videos.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We saw Licorice Pizza together.
We did,
Came out
yes.
a couple of years ago. Kind of an interesting film. I don't know if I could tell people to go watch that movie. But this movie it feels like one of, in my own opinion, feels like one of the most highest energy PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson films yet. Mm-hmm. Very different from all of those other ones. And I'm glad this wasn't like a Licorice Pizza type of movie, because we, full disclosure, we saw a 10:40 p.m. showing of this movie.
Oh, yeah. It was the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Of this 2-hour, 50-minute movie.
And I would like to say that with no harshness. It was a really great time in my life at 10:40.
So, yeah.
I was wide awake. I was paying attention.
The phrasing that was funny, though. What a great movie. What was your take on it? So for someone who's maybe not completely familiar with Paul Thomas Anderson.
You know what? It kind of made me think in different ways when I was watching the movie, because it wasn't like, here we go with this, and then it's not directly going to this, but we're going to zag over here instead. Yeah. And I like that, because it didn't have me guessing what was going to happen next. And I like that.
Yeah, I didn't feel like your typical story of a movie. I mean, it is a layered movie. It's absolutely character driven. Do you want to give the synopsis of it, by the way?
Yeah. Okay. When their evil enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue the daughter of one of their own.
Mm-hmm. So Leo Lenny Williams DiCaprio plays Bob Rocketman, who is the the explosivo guy of that revolutionary militant group called the French 75. But the leader of that one is played by Tiana Taylor as Perfidia Beverly Hills. And all of their characters are so like fun and unique. And I think I said layered too many times, but they're like very fleshed out. This movie is a lot of fun. It's there's so much energy to it, set to the backdrop of like the really heavy political things. Mm-hmm. But it's not exactly a political movie. Like there's not an agenda. But that being said, this movie does kind of put more positive light to like the revolutionaries and puts more of the military and the government in more of a bad light. I don't have any political bias or anything like that, but even though this film was written like 5 years ago, I believe it's so like pertinent to what's going on today. It's just that some of like what the revolutionary militant group, the French 75, what they were doing was could be seen as like extremely violent and almost terrorist in nature. And so them not, I wouldn't say they were glorifying it, but kind of sort of were doing that. And I don't know, it could be seen as a little reckless. I know it's just a movie, but it was, dealing with things that were so similar to what's going on today that, not to be an adult, but like might give people ideas.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that the whole thing? Like with movies, and especially movies that are dealing with a very political like message in a way, like if a movie's being made of like something that's very much going on in real life at the same time, like everything is like subject to that person, and that's how we do get those groups that are a little bit too extreme.
He said in a good or bad way,
and I don't know way.
Right. No, yeah. And that's kind of which we both agree on. Like that's also where I'm sitting of like, well, you do have to do something, but when you're robbing banks and playing Robin Hood and shit like that, like,
a little bit too much.
It's a lot too much, and that is wonderfully expressed and explored through Tiana Taylor's character, Perfidia Beverly Hills. I keep forgetting her name, but her whole group and like her really close knit friends of that group are very flashy about it, and so their motivations are kind of questioned. It's like, are you getting off on it? Which makes it wrong to what as far as what they're doing.
Like, wait, like getting off on it, like how? The enjoyment of it, like the dopamine effect that it has for them?
Like getting off on it. Like getting off on it.
Oh, got it. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it shows you anything can be sexualized, but I mean, she's getting off on it to the point that the like villain of the story, wonderfully played by Sean Penn, as what was it, Sergeant Lockjaw? Colonel Lockjaw.
Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw.
She has an involvement with him that if she wasn't sexualizing this whole situation, that this whole thing wouldn't have happened. Obviously, the movie then wouldn't have happened, but it made for really interesting directions where the story went. Like you said earlier, I don't know where the fuck this thing was going to go, and who was the good person who could be trusted, who's the bad guy, and who do you feel bad for? So, my feelings were a little mixed here and there, but the core of the story does follow Bob DiCaprio's character, and he's an active player in this revolutionary, and he gives a shit about it. And as certain things happen in the film, cut to 16 years later, he's then very passive to the point that he's at sometimes making fun of the group that he was once a part of, and which makes him for some really funny fucking scenes. Honestly, I think some of my favorite scenes. So I was glad that they did that. It's like good, you could kind of make fun of that side, so to speak. But his story sort of explores that you can't actually live passively, that there are consequences when you do that. So I think if there's a message, I would take it from Bob's story.
Oh, definitely. Like it's It's all going to come back to you no matter what. It's just like karma. It's going to find you. No matter what it is, it's going to find you and you're going to pay for that.
In the form of a very intense Sean Penn. I fucking love this guy, dude. Penn is one of those people that really throws themselves into the role. I don't know if they're like method acting or whatever, but like everything about that character, their behaviors, their speech patterns,
shadiness,
those hyper shadiness is like, I'm like, that's not Sean Penn. This is Colonel Lockjaw. And man, every scene, even if it's just walking across a hallway, I'm like there for it. Which it was sort of comedic. I think this whole movie might have been billed as like a comedy. I'm not entirely sure, but there's definitely shades of that. Like a comedy doesn't necessarily need to be, full on slapstick. There's shades of it.
Well, I mean, it is labeled a dark comedy, so there is comedic beats to it.
Yeah, definitely a dark comedy. DiCaprio, Penn, Benicio del Toro. All of those three actors are the obvious heavy hitters. Like if you're PTA, of course, you're getting these Oscar-winning actors portraying these fantastically interesting characters. Mm-hmm. Del Toro, I would say, though, was just a fun bonus, a fun add-on. He plays a karate sensei who's also kind of doubles as a coyote, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, it's not a huge part of most of the story, but he does have a part to play. The funny thing is, him of all the characters, of all those three people, by the way, everyone is like a heightened caricature. They're like highly expressive and very chaotic and kind of sort of very funny. But when Benicio del Toro's on screen, it almost felt like, and you even said this too, and we both confirmed it, like it felt like we were watching a Wes Anderson film.
It did. And I liked it. I think that's why I kind of liked it.
Oh, you love Wes Anderson.
Yes, I do. I don't know. No, but his character in all of this whole movie, it kind of reminds me of sometimes how I am, where chaos is happening and I'm just doing like little side quests, but shit. Somehow I get there, but like I'm not panicking with anyone that's happening. I'm just kind of cool, calm, collected, skipping down the hallway, doing little side quests, doing here and there.
I could picture that. And I could picture me as Bob Rocketman DiCaprio, like freaking out. He's like freaking out in like most of the movie. He in the beginning he's kind of calm. Like I don't think he's gonna win anything for this role, but it's definitely fun to watch him just be completely balls to the walls nuts at times. And I love a good DiCaprio screaming scene.
Oh
him yelling at somebody, the best.
Oh, those are the best. I don't know the password.
Fuck your emotions. Oh, damn it, that's so good. And I saved this best for last, right? And I mentioned that they were sort of like heightened characters, right? Mm-hmm. But the standout roles was like Regina Hall. I've not seen her in anything else other than the Scary Movie franchise. And she's like the most grounded character out of the whole film.
Yeah.
And then the best for last, Chase Infinity as Willa, which is DiCaprio's daughter, was such a pleasant surprise out of left field. I don't know anything about her. She was in, I think, an Apple Plus movie with Adam Driver, I think.
Okay.
And seeing her in this makes me want to see that. But like, when you're in a movie with these heavy hitters, you then have you have your time to shine. And she fucking nailed it in her sequences, in her chase sequences. In fact, there's a really fun car chase sequence at the end. I think there's no music, and it's just a back and forth cutting to the cars that was, I remember literally sitting at the edge of my seat. Like it's up there as probably like top favorite car chase scenes.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's not all Hollywooded out with like, shooting and explosions and shit like that. It's just one car chasing another, seeing it get closer to the mirror. And like, that is such wonderful movie making. And then lastly, as far as the feel of this film is like frantic, it's quick moving. There's not your typical, like back and forth, Shakespearean written type of dialogue or anything like that. It doesn't really let you sit with characters most of the time. There's a lot of ground to cover. And I think I might knock points off of it for that, but not huge points. Like it still did what it needed to do. And the actual filmmaking itself, like the look of it was, I guess I would probably call it like raw and dirty, like a lot of handheld sequences. This is being super nerdy about this, but like the color grading or whatever being kind of like maybe sometimes overexposed, you know, but where it may technically look quote unquote wrong, it lends to the storytelling. It lends to the feel of the movie, you know, to be kind of, you know, loose about it, if you will. And it makes me love Paul Thomas Anderson's stuff even more.
Yeah. Going back to that little car chase scene where it's like, you know, it's going from one car to another. And then as that's going on, you have Bob's daughter doing her own quests. And then, you know, and then, Lockjaw doing his thing. And then you got Bob. Then he stops at this random stand and then just like, in a way, yells at them, but like thanks them.
Yeah. I'm actually glad you brought that up because like my last bullet point on here was the movie did a really unique thing where the interactions between the big characters, the big stars, with these smaller roles played by what felt like very new actors, maybe even their first time on film. I don't know. Maybe they pulled them off the street, but it did this thing that made the film. It like complemented the experienced actors, complemented the new actors, and vice versa. And I can't exactly put into words how it felt, but it just felt right. You know, it did something that added to the movie. It's a fucking great movie all around. There's a couple of little like story aspects in there that I don't want to spoil at all because I do think that people should enjoy this movie. And don't ever look at a movie go, oh, it's 2 hours 50 minutes. It's great if a movie is rich with story and it's an experience, which this movie is.
Oh,
it's worth seeing, and I absolutely recommend this to people.
Even if you have to go see the 10:40 showing, you're good. It's amazing.
I loved it, dude. I loved it so much. And you have any last words about that movie before we move on?
Yeah, I do have one correction to make. When you said earlier it was Adam Driver, it was the other one, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And presumed innocent or something like
That's
that.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently she only has that one and then this one, and she has some other roles that she's been casted in. They're soon to be coming out.
And I love when filmmakers like this, they give an opportunity to an otherwise unknown actor. You know, this is something where she's gonna pop. You just wait and see. She's gonna be starring in some huge things. Hopefully not like, you know, not like Marvel stuff, but just an actually like
bigger
good
things,
Oscar award winning movie. She was amazing. Okay, and our next and last movie, The Smashing Machine, written and directed by Benny Safdie, who also wrote and directed Uncut Gems, which is a movie that we will get around to, but initially we didn't see it because I've heard people going like, it's a great movie. It's one of those movies you only watch the once because of how anxiety-filled it is. Although I want to see Sandler in that.
Benny Safdie is that one guy with the weird face, right?
Rude, but yeah.
I mean, not rude, but I mean, like, I feel like his face has too much symmetry that makes it a little bit odd.
You were thinking it. Yeah, but you said it.
You know what? No, I take that back. Nah, I'm going to say it in full chest. Weird face. It's fine.
He has an interesting face.
There it is.
Yeah, he did. He was in Oppenheimer, like in an acting role. And speaking of Adam Sandler, he was in Happy Gilmore too. Like he's been some acting roles.
Yeah. It just looks like his face has prosthetics, and it really doesn't in real life. Not to be mean, but that's what my brain interprets it. And I don't know if it's because of like the very dark lashes and like, you know.
Yeah, he has a very pronounced nose and everything like that. Hey, Benny Safdie, I love the way you look. If you're going to cast anybody in anything, even if it's a side role, even if it's a podcaster that you know you needed to get hated upon, I'd play that. Benny.
I play your hater.
So this story follows the same story as the 2002 HBO documentary called The Smashing Machine, The Life and Times of Extreme Fighter Mark Kerr. Alva, do you know who Mark Kerr is?
I know nothing about fighting.
I didn't know who Mark Kerr, and I think that's the point of this movie. So it's more of a dramatized version of that documentary, starring Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson, of course, from A24 Films. I love that A24 picks like these kind of smaller movies, smaller budget things. These types of movies aren't, after watching it, actually, I don't think they're meant for a broader audience. It did its job in telling you who Mark Kerr was, during the hardest part of his life. He is a UFC fighter, an ultimate fighting champion. And this is during a time, what was it again? 98 to 2002, I think. During a time where UFC wasn't popular in the States. It was popular overseas and specifically like in Japan. And this movie does a good job of showing that. But it does it in a very unique style that almost felt like we were watching a documentary. And I don't know if that was its intention. And if it was, it did a really good job, and I liked it for it. But if you're going into this movie going, oh, it's starring, Hollywood stars Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson. I'm hearing Johnson immerse himself in this role, which he did fantastically. But it didn't give you this like huge Hollywood movie. The fighting sequences were actually super impressive.
You're great.
But, I think I said it like in the other movie, the dialogue isn't your, to repeat it again, Shakespearean kind of dialogue. It's meant to feel real, which makes it feel uncomfortable in a good way. Like that's the feeling it's supposed to elicit. And it does a good job of that, especially with, the substance abuse and, having to deal with either not necessarily fame, but how people look at the thing that you give a shit about so much.
And also having to deal with, and this is not going to be really much of a spoiler because it's going based off his life and stuff, but it also gives you a different look on how people view being defeated by an opponent.
Yeah.
Losing. You being the best that there is, maybe undefeated at that time, to your first loss in a while. And how that messes up your brain and mental health on that aspect. Also the toxicity of a personal relationship while you're also working on your professional life and everything, and having to keep the people who are in your professional life and build those relationships and keep those relationships without having to mix any of your other vices or any toxicity and trying to keep two worlds separately, which we saw how that worked out.
Yeah.
In the thing.
Perfectly. Applaud you. Perfectly said. And they did all of that in a very mild-mannered way, which is such a way that it sort of reflected and mirrored Mark Kerr's actual demeanor, which is like very laid back and chill. Not to say that he doesn't have a human moment of like getting angry or being sad or depressed, but when it's so awesome. And I love this. I'm a person who I've said in the past that I struggle with like, spreading the joy, spreading the happiness, because it can be sort of taken and not reciprocated back or whatnot. And like seeing somebody like this big old giant monster of a guy just be so gentle and sweet, never could ever harm anybody, and is spreading that love, and just by asking someone, hey, how you doing, and smiling at them and giving them the respect. It's awesome. Also, it gives you like a different perspective on journalists in Japan, how they would conduct an interview with them. And instead of like trying to shove a mic down their throat and like just pinpoint, because of course now, like if you see journalists, if you're in the limelight, you're going to be asked about your personal life no matter what. It's never going to be focused on your career first and then your personal life, or, they won't even respect that boundary. There's no boundaries to be respected with a journalist being out there. But over here, it showed that they respected their personal life and just focused on their career. On how this and the French, and I guess again the professional relationships, especially the friends that you're making within all these circuits. Which then leads me to my final few points. Wonderfully said, by the way. My final few points, and I'll sort of build up to it. Like I said, with one battle after another, there's the complementing of experienced actor and new actor. This movie was the opposite of that, where the experienced actors that are Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson were not complemented by the amateur actors. Because this movie's meant to feel like a documentary, their being so polished kind of didn't work when they had to interact with the inexperienced actors. Those are the moments where it, for the most part, kind of took me out of it a little bit. And I rooted for the performances of real life UFC fighter Ryan Bader as Mark Coleman. Like, I enjoyed those scenes the most because he's able to deliver just simple lines like, hey man, are you okay? Are you good? I love you, man. It's again, not this like over dramatized Hollywood thing. Like it made it feel like I was watching a documentary. And then when like Blunt and Johnson are involved with those scenes with those actors, it then feels like like they are acting.
Yeah.
Which is, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm speaking out of school, but that's what it felt like when I was watching those scenes.
For me, it kind of felt like a little bit like a day in the life in this person and follow me around my whole life kind of career thing.
Yeah.
But also, I do like how there's a scene where he picks up a ceramic bowl in Japan, and the way that he like looks at it and everything, it's like it's his most prized possession at that time, and it shows a little bit of his own humanity of looking into the beauty of things, even though he's in such a career of violence and things.
Well, specifically with, if I may interject real quick, that bowl, the significance of that bowl, and I don't know what it's called, but I do know that it is a broken bowl that's mended together with gold, and that gold is meant to highlight that you should celebrate some of those broken moments. You shouldn't try to hide the brokenness of you. Embrace it, which was the sort of encapsulation of Mark Kerr in its entirety. And then an additional shout out to Bass, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, Bass Rutten, who actually was Mark Kerr's coach that got him ready for that HBO documentary. So that's just a fun fact.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then earlier you mentioned Blunt, right? How she played this toxic character. I think that's the first, I know she's played like a bitch in other roles, but I've not seen them. And this is the first time I've seen her in a role where I was like, I don't like you, which means you did a good job in that role.
Yeah.
Being a toxic girlfriend.
To the point where like she has a whole mental breakdown. But yeah, I mean, the other role where she kind of acts like a little bit of a bitch kind of thing would be maybe Devil Wears Prada, where you
that's the one
might have seen.
Dude, the way that like the toxicity was expressed was so real. So, applaud to Safdie for writing it and Blunt for acting it out. But it was like scary. Like I've known people that were like that, where they're very manipulative and everything is a fight and everything's a button to push. It's scary. And it goes from 0 to 100 so damn fast.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Now to close out on this thing, just in a nutshell, although it may be not an exciting movie for everybody, we still enjoyed it a lot for what it needed to do. I honestly think that like film lovers would love the style of it and the overall execution. And it kind of sort of made me somewhat interested in learning more about Mark Kerr. But yeah, the movie did its job. Unfortunately, the box office didn't, completely reflect that, because of all the movies that it had to go up against, it only got 6 million opening weekend in the box office. Compared, I think, third to
One Battle After Another.
Oh yeah, was like at 11 million.
Yeah.
And then who was in the number one spot?
At 34 million, Taylor Swift, the official release party of a showgirl.
Man. Yeah, Johnson actually like responded to people commenting about, him being in a movie that didn't get like, huge box office numbers, but that's fine, because what he in the end said, and I don't have it up here, but I'll paraphrase it. He's like, look, we told a story that needed to be told, no matter how it reflected in the box office. And that should be the overall motivation or message when you're making a movie, when you're describing somebody's life. Yeah. If you told the story well in the lens that you wanted to tell it, there you go. Not for everybody. Totally fine. Still a very interesting movie.
Go see it. But
now we will actually put a number to those things, which is counterintuitive to what we're doing. White to Tea Gets Fresh. Every other episode, me and Alva guess the Rotten Tomato critic and I score about these aforementioned movies from 0 to 100, 59 and below being rotten, 16 and above being fresh. It's now my turn to guess the scores for One Battle After Another into the Smashing Machine.
Let's start with One Battle After Another.
All right. I personally give that movie a 90%.
Okay.
I think that critics will also give it a 90%, and I think audiences gave it an 85%.
Okay, so you are within the critics. Critics gave it a 95.
Okay.
Audience gave it an 85, and I don't know why.
I was on the money with the audience.
Yeah, and I will not be looking at the reviews.
No,
yeah.
I know why they gave it an 85.
Why?
I mean, not I know why, but I pretty strongly think I know why. Is because of those political aspects. Anybody that was talking about it, they're like, oh, we get it. Government bad, liberals good kind of thing.
That makes sense.
That was from what I was hearing about people. But I like films for their more cinematic aspect of it.
I got stuff about, I just quickly glance and stuff. Politics in a way, and the length of the movie. People don't like to sit more than like 2 hours for a movie.
No,
Unless it's Marvel, but that's about it.
which is why I even said what I said, because I'm like, hey, people, if you're looking for just like a check your brain out at the door kind of Fast and Furious movie, this thing ain't for you. Sit the fuck down. This is a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. God damn it. Okay, Smashing Machine.
Smashing Machine, what do you give it?
Even I give it like its, respective praise. I overall have to give it a 70%.
Okay.
And I think critics gave it a 75%.
Okay.
And I think audiences gave it fresh adjacent at 65%.
Critics gave it a 71. The audience gave it a 76.
Good on the audience. Okay, cool. You know what? I'm actually not disappointed and actually impressed by the audience for that one. There you go. There's a YHSD Gets Fresh. Okay, now we move on to our last segment of the show, where we test our knowledge on movies with a little trivia game that we did a little spin on it. We explained last time, which is that we aren't actually choosing the movie. We're sort of randomizing it through a predetermined list. And this is a 4-round game where we're guessing the movie each round, 2 rounds each. Each round, we have to give the other person clues, 5 clues specifically. To be more specific, those clues are actors that are in that movie, and we need to guess based off of those things. If you get it at the first guess, that's a total of 5 points, 4, 3, 2, 1, or no points so far. I don't know the exact score, but Alba has been winning. Yeah. If we don't know the actor, we don't get to look it up. So if we don't know, we don't know them. And I want you listeners to let me know when you get, if and when you get these movies based off of the actors. Do you want to go first, or shall I go?
You can go first.
All right. Are you ready, Ella?
Not really, but we're going to go.
Cue the trivia music.
Doo, doo. That's Rotten Tomatoes. Never mind.
Okay, for 5 points. Kit Connor. Yeah, that sounded familiar, huh? I know.
Oh, okay, Kit Connor. Kit Connor, what is he in?
That's the game.
Is that one war movie about D-Day, 19 something or other?
Ooh, it's a good guess.
But
But
no.
you're going to need a title?
1944?
No.
Oh.
For 4 points, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, God. Another one. Okay.
A reminder, you get a free guess per round, per guess.
Star Wars.
You get a free guess per guess.
I don't know.
Did you say Star Wars?
Yeah.
Was she in a Star Wars? She wasn't in a Star Wars.
No, she's directed. That's why it popped up in my head
Oh, that's right. Yeah, The Mandalorian. All right, for 3 points, Richard Madden. Rob Stark.
There was no, like, Game of Thrones movie that I don't know about,
Nope,
right? No,
which
okay.
is why I was able to give that, because I love you and I want you to guess this movie.
No.
For 2 points, Jamie Bell.
The fuck is James? I don't know.
And for 1 point, let's put all the clues together. We have Kit Connor, Bryce Dallas Howard, Richard Madden, Jamie Bell, and for 1 point, Taron Egerton.
Are you fucking kidding me? Is this the Elton John one?
Gonna need a title.
Oh, fuck my life. I don't know the name. I'm
Gonna
lost
need a
at
title.
1 point. Hold on. Life of Elton John. But for fuck's sake, don't tell me like a song name.
It's a Rocket Man.
God damn it.
Oh, man. I knew that last actor you would have gotten it on. And
Yeah.
you were close. You're so close, man. But we're not doing half points. We're not doing like, you kind of know the movie, but don't know the title. I'm
And
sorry.
the other guy was like the first guy that you said was like his manager or whatever or whatnot.
No, he was the younger version of him.
Really? They don't make.
I think Bryce Dallas Howard played his mom, I think. And then Richard Madden played his love interest. And Jamie Bell was, what was his name? Topin? His writer, his friend, best friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's okay. You know what? You did good, though. You didn't get the title, so no points for you, but now it's time for you to torture me.
Okay. I'm sorry for some of the names that are happening here. This randomizing thing just hates me pronouncing names correctly. So,
All right, go.
Tekla Rutan?
Nope, I will buzz
I'm
myself.
so
on that.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's for 5 points. For 4 points, you got Clemens Posey.
I don't know Clemens Posey.
For 3 points, Ray Fiennes.
Oh, man, I know Ray Fiennes.
And I said it correctly.
Schindler's List?
No. For 2 points, Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ray Fiennes, Brendan Gleeson. 28 weeks later?
No. For 1 point and 1 point only, Colin Farrell.
Brendan Gleeson, Colin Farrell, Ray Fiennes. I should know that movie just based off of those huge hitting actors.
And those huge hitting actors are on that poster board.
I'm going to take a guess. Total Recall?
No. Burgess?
Wait, how do you spell it?
Burgess.
Damn it, I don't know. No, I'm not familiar. Good actors, though.
Yeah, it's this movie. I'm just going to show you.
Yeah. In Bruges? Shit.
Exactly.
When did that come out?
2008.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
I thought you seen it because of I got Ray Fiennes and Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You heard my excitement. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's put you on the chopping block, Alva. Are you ready for your last round?
Yeah.
My penultimate round?
Yeah.
Okay. For 5 points.
Okay.
Abigail Breslin.
No.
That's a bummer because I know that you know her. For 4 points, Rory Culkin, the third Culkin brother.
Ooh, okay. I know that one. I don't know.
For 3 points, a little known actor by the name of Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, I'm going to kick myself for this one.
Yeah, I think people got it by now.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they did.
Do they?
Yeah.
You guys got it?
Yeah.
You guys can kiss my ass.
We're going to do a Dora moment. Did you guys get the movie? You did.
Swiper, no swiping.
How do you get in here? For 2 points, Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. This
And
throws
the
me off.
audience goes wild.
This is throwing me off.
You're gonna love the last point.
What is the last point? Just give me the last point.
For 1 point, M. Night Shyamalan.
We don't talk about him. I don't know.
Babe.
Do I know this movie?
Yeah. Signs. You may not have seen it, but Signs was huge.
Why is M. Night Shyamalan first? For 1 point.
Because if he's in any movie, he's directing the fucking movie. It's the easy point. It's the give. If I gave him a number 5, you'd be like, oh, let me just go down the M. Night Shyamalan movies.
I can add directors into the things.
He acts in it.
He does?
Yeah. Have you never seen an M. Night Shyamalan movie? He's always, we saw Trapped. He puts himself in the roles.
He also puts his daughters in the roles and they're not good, but nobody tells him no.
All right, give me my last round.
All right, this one's going to be too damn easy for you.
Oh, good. Finally, some points.
And if you don't get it by like 0.3, I'm going to kick your ass.
You hear this? I'm leaving this in.
Ezra Miller.
The Flash.
No.
That would have been stupid.
Gal Gadot.
Batman versus Superman?
No.
Oh, no, I'm so stupid. Wait.
For 3 points.
The Justice League?
Yes.
I got points. I finally got points.
For 3 points, doesn't even know the actor. It's just Justice League.
I got points. I finally got points.
Do you want to know the actor for number 3?
Sure.
Amy Adams.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, settle down. Well, there you go.
You finally got points.
I finally freaking got points. Jesus Christmas. Thank goodness to the number gods who chose that movie for me. Although still very sad that I didn't get it earlier. All right, anything else you want to say before we close it out?
Yeah. Go see the movies. Go see Lenny Williams. Go do it. Do it now. Go see Lenny.
Lenny Williams. Yeah. I will say as we're closing out to the background of the closeout music. I can probably safely say you can stream the Smashing Machine and then you can go see one battle after another in the theaters. It's a movie experience.
Yes, it is.
But there you go. Thank you guys for listening once again. Again, shout outs and happy celebration to everybody who had things to celebrate this past weekend. Love everybody. It's been a good past month now that we're back doing what we're doing. So like third, fourth episode back. Mm-hmm. And I'm feeling the love and feeling the energy back. So let's keep the conversation going on social media at
YHST Pod.
On Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Shout us out. Talk to us there, please. You're part of the family. And in the meantime, let us know what movies are on your growing list of films that has people asking you the question.
You haven't seen that? Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. This time, I will not have any Easter eggs at the end of the episode.
We gave Easter eggs out? Easter eggs, I see
Just kidding. Love you guys. Bye.